Exotic primaries have seen a substantial amount of buffs in the past year or so since the Witch Queen released, yet it's one forgotten about update to exotics which is going to make them even more prevalent going forwards. Exotic primary weapons have more of a chance at dropping heavy ammo if you have a Find a Brick equipped. With the nerf to double special loadouts at the start of Season 22, it's going to make exotic primary weapons even more important to use, especially if you want to keep your DPS meta heavy weapon of choice topped up with ammo. Benefiting from this the most will be exotic hand cannons, and these are also set to see an even bigger buff to both red bar trash ads and majors in Season 22. This has put a ton of popular picks on everyone's radar, but one that is arguably going to outshine all of them and is always forgotten about is this. The Season of Opulence era 140 RPM exotic hand cannon Lumina is genuinely going to be cracked for all levels of content in Season 22 and beyond. First and foremost, it's a kinetic weapon, so it instantly does 10% more damage than any of its energy counterparts straight out of the gate. It's also going to feature as an anti-champion option with the Overload hand cannon mod available in the seasonal artifact for Season 22, essentially giving it viability for any endgame content like Legend Lost Sectors, Nightfalls, Dungeons and Master Raids. Plus the Overload nature will also give it a 25% damage boost thanks to the overcharged bonus this mod offers, and although this is bugged at the start of the season, it will be a huge benefit on top of an already stacked set of buffs once it is inevitably fixed by Bungie. Lumina also has some of the best perks in the game, as kills with it create remnants. You'll create 2 of these if you have the catalyst equipped, and these will track towards you. Absorbing remnants partially refills the magazine and grants you noble rounds. You can hold up to 6 noble rounds, and you can hip fire these towards allies, which once they are hit by it will heal them and grant you both the Blessing of the Sky buff. This will give you both a massive 35% damage boost for 11 seconds and stacks with everything we've already mentioned and more. It's going to shred through ads, and in most situations you'll barely need to reload it as you ping noble rounds to your fire team. However, as it is classed as an empowering buff, this doesn't stack with the 25% weapon damage buff offered by Radiant, Well of Radiance or even Ward of Dawn bubbles, but as it offers a higher percentage, you will benefit from the increased damage whilst Blessing of the Sky is active, as this takes priority. And it's this that makes it absolutely perfect for increasing your fire team's DPS during any boss damage phase. This 35% damage buff will however stack with any number of kinetic weapon surge mods, with 3 mods granting an extra 22% damage. All good warlocks and some bad ones too know about the exotic boots of the assembler, which work intrinsically with the noble seekers from Lumina. By simply creating a rift, you'll spawn noble seekers every 5 seconds, with more created depending on your fire team size up to a maximum of 5. These will actively and aggressively track to allies within a 35 meter radius. Each time a seeker applies a buff, this will also refresh the rift timer by 5 seconds, giving you an excellent place to hold down a point in a healing rift whilst passing around huge enemy deleting buffs to nearby allies. If you're running a solo subclass, these noble seekers will also activate the Ember of Benevolence, which grants a huge 400% recharge rate boost to your grenade, melee and class abilities, allowing you to spam your Scorching Grenade and melee ability of choice in the process. If you don't want to run solo though, you can run this setup in any other subclass and still get the same effects, with the damage boost above stacking on top of the Stasis Whisper of Rending Fragment for boosted damage to frozen targets, and it'll make an excellent pairing with Strand's Weaver's Call aspect to suspend everything too. It's an incredibly powerful setup set to get even stronger, so make sure to use the QR code or the Destiny item manager link below to try it out for yourself as soon as the new season begins. Then you'll need to get yourself one of these weapons with this newly buffed perk to max out your boss DPS. Find out why and which perk by watching this video next.